Hello everybody, and in today's video we are going to be doing an unboxing of the Moga XP Ultra by PowerA. I am very excited to unbox this controller. It is, I wanted it when I saw it release, but it was $130 retail price. So I decided to wait a little bit, hoping it would go on sale, and lo and behold, for Prime Day this week, it went on sale on Amazon for like $100. And then also, there was a certain amount of coupons for 20% off. If you were one of the first ones to claim it, then you got it for $80 instead, which was a pretty good deal. Very excited. As you can see, this is for Xbox. It is a wireless on Xbox, which is pretty cool because most third-party Xbox controllers that are licensed by Xbox, I'm not talking about your Scuffs or your Battle Beaver controllers, but most third-party controllers made by like PowerA or PDP or something like that are always wired. So this is the first licensed third-party controller that is wireless for your Xbox. Third party meaning it was not made by Xbox, by the way. So this is a standard Xbox controller. This is the limited edition Starfield one, but it is obviously wireless. But this one is made by PowerA and is licensed by Xbox for them to make it and put their logo on it and all that stuff. So with that being said, let's get into the packaging and included accessories. So first we're going to take a look. Obviously you've seen the front of the box. The bottom, just a bunch of necessary things that they have. 2-year limited warranty. That's pretty nice. Some more information on this side, talking about battery capacity, the Bluetooth mode, box contents, which we will get into. The back here explains some of the other stuff that's in the box and how this controller works, which is very, very cool and why I kind of wanted it. It comes with like a clip so you can use it on your phone to play like mobile games that use a controller or Xbox Game Pass on your phone. It also has a mini pad, so if you don't have like a case or a bag and you just want to bring this with you, you can take off this bottom piece and it makes it very easy to take with you, which we'll get into when we get in there. 3.5mm headphone jack. You can pause and read all this if you would like to. I'm not going to read any more of it, but that's pretty cool. There's the other side of the box. Nice little brand, little look at the controller. Top of the box is where we are going to get into this thing. There are 3 little wafer stickers around the outside. One there, and one on this side. Cut those open, put this off to the side, and it should just pop right open. Perfect. Okay. Now this should just slide right out. There we go. It's a nice outer box. This is a nice inner box as well. Very smooth. It looks like there are more wafer stickers. Only 2 on the front though. So we will cut those real quick. Got that one. Got that one. Okay. Now it should just open up like a chest. And there she is. This is very nice. No laser cut foam or anything, but this nice little cardboard cutout to hold your controller in place so it doesn't get jostled around. So in the package, obviously you get the controller, which is very nice. I do like the feel of this. We'll get into that in a little bit. You get the controller mount that's made for this this controller. This one comes with a specialty mount that clips into the back, which we'll get into as well. And up here, I believe, is an instruction booklet, maybe? Just showing you how the controller works a little bit. But you don't need this. You have me. So toss that off to the side. Underneath, we have, ooh. Well, there you go. There's a code. First person to claim that gets Game Pass Ultimate. I don't need it. I pay for it. I already have it. So if any of you want that, there's the little code, I guess. Didn't know they were just gonna give it to you like that. But there you go. Hold it right here for you. Game Pass Ultimate for you guys, if you would like that. Put all this stuff back in the box. Okay, put this off to the side. And inside, we get a nice braided USB-A to USB-C cable with a nice Velcro tieback that is meant to stay on. Yeah, it's nice. This is a nice cable. I wish it came with a case, but like a case that I could throw all this stuff in and it would just stay together. But fortunately, it does not. So we'll put the cable off to the side. We'll put this clip off to the side for now. And first impressions, the looks of this controller, I do like it. It's a nice black design. And, I mean, it looks like a standard Xbox controller, a standard black Xbox controller, that is. But I do like it. It is very nice. The weight in your hands feels about like a normal Xbox controller. Dimensions, looks about the same as a Xbox controller. It feels about the same. Maybe the grips are a bit thinner. But that doesn't negatively cut into comfort at all. And neither do these back buttons. They do stick out a little bit more than I was hoping they would, but they still feel good. Not uncomfortable by any means. But still good. So, obviously, here's a comparison between a standard Xbox controller. Let's get this control freak off of here for now. Set that off to the side. But this is a standard Xbox controller, and this is the Moga. First impressions after I get it out of the box. The sticks are very nice. It looks like we have some what are they called? Friction rings? Anti-friction rings, that's what they're called. There we go. To make it so you're gliding along a smooth rubber instead of the hard plastic like you do on the Xbox controller. So think of if you've ever used a PlayStation 5 controller. They have thumbstick anti-friction rings around the thumbstick gates. Makes it nice and smooth. And this controller also has that, which is very nice. I do like that a lot. Real quick, let's get into the talking point of this controller. Obviously, it looks a bit different, and from what you've seen on the box, I'm pretty sure there's a little switch down here where if I pull this to the right, I can pull it out, and now it's just a mini gamepad, which is a little uncomfortable, but if you place your fingers right, this would be nice just to grab and throw in a bag compared to having to bring like a full controller. If you have a really loaded bag, this is pretty comfortable. What I'm kind of comparing this to is the SN30 Pro by 8BitDo, which is a bit wider, but it's still pretty comfortable overall. For bigger hands, like I have pretty long fingers. Could get a little cramped over time, but it's honestly doesn't feel too bad. Let's put it back in the grip for now, though. In the grip, it feels just like a normal controller. Let's get into this phone clip real quick. So you got these two swivel points right here and right here, which you can tighten with these little knobs here to lock it in place. So that way it doesn't move on you, which is very nice. But we're going to loosen those up real quick. If I can get them unloosened. Yep. Okay. And then this should come back to the back here, open up, slide right in, slide down on top, slide right in here. Should just be able to clip it back there, just like that. And now it's securely on there, so I can fold this forward and just, there we go. Perfect. Cool. So if I take my other phone here, I can just pop it in there. And there you go. Now you're gaming on the go. You can adjust this however you want, obviously, but that's pretty sweet. pretty secure little stand there. Let's go ahead and get it out of here if I can. Jeez. Ooh, it's a bit tight to get out. I'm gonna pull it in front of the camera real quick just so I can try and get it out. Ooh. Okay, so it's supposed to be tight, which makes sense. So that way it doesn't obviously slip out while you're using it. Slip off while you're using it. But you just come back here, you give it a nice hard press, and it just pops right out. And then you can slide it right off. Pretty cool. I do like that. Okay. Moving on from that, let's get into this D-pad. This is a nice hybrid D-pad, obviously like the standard Xbox controller, which is very loud and clicky. This is a bit quieter, but I do like this D-pad quite a lot. It's not too bad. I do like the hybrid wheels that kind of give you a 4-point, but you have, in between, you have a couple of different steps that you can put your thumb on, which is quite nice. I do like that a lot. Face buttons. Not a lot of, I mean, it's pretty much just a normal face button. They're flatter than the normal Xbox controller. I would think, compare them more to a PlayStation controller, which I do like. I do like flatter face buttons. It feels nicer on the fingertips, in my opinion. But just normal membrane switches on this. But they do feel good. Not a lot of shake to them either, or rattle. When you shake the controller, they don't really rattle. Unlike the Xbox controllers. Rattle a little bit, but they rattle a little bit, but not as much as the Xbox controller, which is nice and good for taking it with you, because then it's not going to be as loud. Let's move on to the accessory buttons. So first we have a little profile button down here, which allows you to swap the profiles, which looks like, I don't know if you can see that, but if you catch it in the light just right, you can see 4 little lights there. So you can have 4 onboard profiles, which we'll get into when we get to the real buttons on why those matter. But it feels good. Feels very good. Share button. The menu buttons feel very good, and the Xbox button is also very clicky. Very nice. They do sound good. We also have a sync button up here, which is a pretty nice sync button as well. Not going to get in the way while you're playing, unless you like really grip over here, then you might accidentally press it, but pretty sweet. Obviously USB-C charging, because it comes with a USB-C cable. I don't know why they give you like a USB-C cable and have it charged through like lightning, which is an Apple thing, so they definitely wouldn't do that, but that would be kind of funny. Let's move on to these thumbsticks. So as I said before, these thumbsticks have anti-friction rings, which means you're gliding along smooth rubber instead of hard plastic, which is a very nice touch. It feels very good to turn. These sticks have a nice, are these plastic or rubber? They are rubber, but they're a bit hard, but they don't feel too bad. They're quite nice. Pushing down L1 and L3 and R3 doesn't feel cheap or chintzy or hollow and tinny. It feels good. Sounds good. Real quick, let's do a Control Freak compatibility. It is an Xbox controller, and these are the normal Galaxies for Xbox controller. Those fit on there quite nice. It's a little loose, but it would definitely be playable. It's definitely playable. So that means probably, since those are good, these Galaxies for PlayStation 5 are going to be super loose, super wiggly, and will probably just fall off your controller. So if you're going to get thumbstick caps from Control Freak for this controller, I would recommend the Xbox thumbsticks. They fit on quite nice. They're not too tight. They just slip on there. And like I said, they're a little loose, but it's not so loose that if you're moving around and stuff, it's going to slip and fall off on you. So definitely Xbox control freaks if you would like to go for a control freak route on this controller. Moving on, build quality real quick. Let's get into that. It feels very good. It doesn't feel like super cheap plastics, and me bending the controller like this doesn't give out any creaks or moans or groans or anything like that. Very good quality. I do like that. Let me take off this real quick. And nothing. Feels great. Solid build quality by PowerA. I do appreciate that. Moving on, let's talk about these bumpers. You get nice smooth plastic up here, but clicking down at the top and at the bottom feels fine. So you're not gonna have any problems if you like to press them up here or down here. They are quite clicky, just like the Xbox thumbsticks or bumpers. They're just a nice little press. Not too bad at all. Moving on to the thumbsticks, which are back here. We'll flip it around so you can see it. Looks like it has maybe a little less pull than an Xbox thumbstick, maybe. There's a little comparison for you. Maybe a little less pull, but still normal analog thumbsticks. No trigger stops or locks like on some controllers, which is fine. I don't mind that. I do like having it, but I don't mind not having it. But it is a nice feature, especially at $130. It'd be a nice feature to have, just to be able to like flip them on, put it like right here, and you could flip them on, and then they become like a hair trigger, like the bumpers. So that's pretty much just like a mouse click. That would be a nice touch, but I'm not complaining. Let's get into these rear paddles, or buttons, because in this case they are definitely buttons. So I'm pretty sure if I turn this bad boy on, and this button back here, if you press, I think you press it in correlation with a back button, or you press it and then I don't remember. Let's see. I'm pretty confident for PowerA controllers, you hold the back button that you want to map, and the sync button and the pair button back here, and then you flip it around to the front, and you click a button, and it maps it to that button. Let's check real quick. While we're doing that, we'll talk about the back buttons a little bit more while I connect this to my phone, so that way I can show you guys how it works. So, these back buttons, that, like I said, they do stick out a lot, but they're not bad by any means. Very clicky, not really hollow or tinny, maybe a little tinny, but not bad at all. So now we're synced up to my phone, so I should be able to, these are not mapped to anything right now, but I should be able to hold down the map button and the paddle, and the light on front will start to flash. Maybe. Okay. I hold it till it flashes, then you click a rear button and the front button you want at the same time, and I'm pretty sure it maps it. So let's try that out on the A button, because then it'll make it show up. Yes, that is how it works. So flip around to the tuchus, you click this little map button until the light on front starts flashing. Then once it starts flashing, you click the input you want and the back button at the same time. You have to do it at the same time. Then it maps it, and there you go. That's how it works. If you want to unmap these, you can click the sync button, hold it down till it starts flashing again. It's about 3 seconds, and you just click the rear input and it disables it. So I will do that for both of these real quick. And there you go. Unsynced. The back buttons now do nothing. I think this turns off the controller. Yes. You can hold down the Xbox button and it turns off the controller, which is a very nice touch. I like that that's integrated sometimes, because sometimes controllers do not have the ability to turn them off unless they just unpair from the device they're connected to and auto turn off. So that's a nice touch. Moving on to pairing. Pairing is very easy. You turn on the controller, you click the sync button on top to connect it to an Xbox, and then you click the sync button on the Xbox, which if you have an Xbox, you know what the sync button is, because that's how you connect a standard Xbox controller. You click the sync button on there, it'll blink, your Xbox home button will blink, and it'll connect. That's simple. For Bluetooth, all you have to do is turn it on, put it in syncing mode, go to your Bluetooth settings, find the controller, and then tap on it. Probably because I already have it connected. 1 second. This will take 2 seconds. Unpair. Okay. Put her in syncing mode. She's on. She's in syncing mode. Should show up. Turn off Bluetooth. Turn it back on. See if she shows up now. Should show up right here at the bottom. Never mind, it's just not going to show up for me. Oh well. Moving on. The battery life on this thing. I do not know the battery life because I have not been able to play with it and kill it. Because obviously this is my unboxing video. But the battery capacity is 200 milliamp hours. So that's pretty good. That's about average, I think, for controllers. So not too bad. Warranty on this thing, like we saw on the box. See if I can pull it back up. Grab the box here and see if I can find where it says it again. Was it on this box? Oh yeah, right down there. 2-year limited warranty. I decided to go through Amazon, so I bought the 2-year warranty with the controller, which is like an extra $10, so that way if it breaks or anything, everything should be covered, which is quite nice. So, that being said, let's get into the pros and cons section. So, pros. Obviously, it is a pretty nice controller for multiple different things. It's good for portability. It is good and comfortable for normal gaming. It comes with a nice braided, flexible USB-C cable that's like 10 feet long. Comes with a phone clip, so if you want to play mobile on the go, then you can just clip this in and you can take it, put your phone on it and play sitting in your vehicle with earbuds in or something like that. Very nice. This textured grip is a pro. Let's talk about that real quick because we did not talk about it initially. It's got this nice little stipple grip, kind of like what's on a normal Xbox controller, except for this one has rubberized grips because it's a limited edition controller. But a standard Xbox controller just has plastic little stippling, and that is a pretty nice pro to see on the controller. Other pros include the anti-friction rings, which are very nice, and the D-pad, and the D-pad is a pro in my opinion, and the face buttons being flatter is also a very good pro in my opinion. Cons, there's not a lot. I mean, these rear inputs do stick out quite a bit, so you might be at risk of accidentally pressing them, although they are kind of hard to press. So, but if you really grip the controller, you're obviously gonna get them, but they do stick out a lot. I would prefer if they were more flush. Other cons, I know I said this stipple is a pro, and I do see it as a pro because they added it. They could have just had it been slick plastic, but it would have been nice to see like a rubberized grip like this. This is a nice rubberized grip. It would have been cool to see that instead of just a plastic stipple grip. Last con that I have is I would have preferred to have trigger stops. It's not necessary. It doesn't bother me that much that I don't have them, but it would have been nice to have, especially at $130. The end verdict. Let's get into that. In my opinion, I think this is great for people who like to play on the go, but also want a nice controller for at home to play on the Xbox. Very comfortable, feels great, ergonomics feel good, feels like a standard controller, but with back paddles. And then to take it on the go, I mean, you just pop it out, toss that off to the side. Now you have a nice little small controller you can toss in your bag, take with you. And it comes with this phone clip included that you can just clip on the back here. Oh, let's get it clipped on so that way we can talk about it. Clips on there, perfect. And then you can just play on the go in your vehicle if you want to take it that way. But obviously you still have the option, if you want to toss it in its grip and take it with you like that, which does make it more comfortable. But if you want something quick to throw in your bag that's not going to take up a lot of space, you can take the grip off, and it still is not too comfortable. And I did notice it has this little hump design, so that way it gives you a little bit of a grip, and it's also stippled, just like the grip when you have it on, how it has this little plastic stippling. This back here is also stippled, which is quite a nice touch. So in my opinion, like I said, if you want a nice controller to kind of do everything for you, this is a pretty nice buy. And it comes with a month of Game Pass Ultimate, which I already showed you guys. If first one to claim that can have it, because I don't need it. And it immediately showed you, and I'm not going to cut it out of the video. I'm a lazy son of a gun. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new, because that helps out the channel a lot. I just hit 100 subscribers not too long ago. I wanted to thank you guys so much for that. I do want to do something special for that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I do want to do something, and I want to do it soon, because if I do it super far in the future, it doesn't really mean anything. So we're going to try and figure out something for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.